All right, guys, let's jump right off into 10 things the Triple H era has done right in WWE. The Triple H era of WWE has left a lot to be desired. There are plenty of valid criticisms, from questionable booking decisions to the mishandling of certain stars. And don't worry, we'll get to those criticisms soon enough. But in interest of fairness, let's take a step back and look at what Triple H has actually done right as the head of creative. Because, love him or hate him, some things in WWE have undeniably improved under his leadership. So before we sharpen our pitchforks, here are 10 things the game has gotten right in WWE. Number 10. Shifting focus away from Vince McMahon's past. Let's be real. Vince McMahon's scandals and lawsuits were a PR nightmare for WWE. When Triple H took over creative, he made a conscious effort to move the company's focus forward, away from the baggage of the past. Instead of constantly seeing Vince's fingerprints on everything, WWE's presentation now feels different. Whether it's improved morale backstage or just cleaner optics for the sponsors and investors, Triple H has made sure WWE isn't stuck in the shadow of his former boss's controversies. Number 9. Allowing the final boss, The Rock, creative control. Let's face it, The Rock is one of WWE's biggest mainstream assets, and under Triple H's leadership, he has been given the freedom to craft his own storylines when it really matters. Rather than micromanaging, Triple H has let The Rock have more input, which is why his recent return feels so impactful. Whether it's leading to Roman versus Cody or something else entirely, giving The Rock room to work his magic is a smart move that benefits WWE as a whole. Number 8. WWE revenue and profits are up. Money talks, and under Triple H, WWE is making more of it than ever. Ticket sales up, merch sales up, international sales up. Full speed ahead. Even with the occasional booking missteps, the numbers don't lie. WWE is thriving financially under his watch. And at the end of the day, that's the biggest reason why Triple H still has the keys to the kingdom. Number 7. PLEs matter now. Remember when WWE would throw together a pay-per-view with barely any bill? Those days are mostly gone. Under Triple H, premium live events feel more important than ever. Long-term storytelling is playing out across multiple shows, and each PLE feels like a must-watch event. Whether it's international stadium shows or just better pacing between the big matches, WWE's major events have regained their prestige. Number 6. Long-term continuity. One of the biggest complaints about WWE for years was that continuity didn't matter. Feuds were dropped out of nowhere, and nothing ever seemed to stick. Under Triple H, long-term storytelling actually exists again. Just look at Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Their history wasn't just acknowledged, it was crucial to one of WWE's best storylines in recent memory. Fans love when things make sense, and WWE is starting to get that right again. Number 5. The rise of Dominic Mysterio. Who would have thought that Dominic Mysterio, of all people, would become one of WWE's biggest heels? Under Triple H's creative direction, Dom has gone from bland babyface to one of the most hated men in wrestling. He embraced his new role in the Judgment Day and leaned into the mommy gimmick with Rhea Ripley. He also became a true heat magnet. Whether you love to boo him or just love the memes, Dominic is proof that the right booking can make a star. Number 4. The rise of Rhea Ripley. Speaking of stars, Rhea has finally gotten the spotlight she deserves. No more stop and start booking. She's been booked as a dominant force, and the crowd eats it up. She's a main event level attraction. And let's be honest, she's one of the most over wrestlers in the company right now. Number 3. The rise of the Judgment Day. Under Vince, Judgment Day was on life support. Under Triple H, they became one of WWE's top stables. Every member was elevated. Finn Balor felt important again. Damian Priest became world champion, and Rhea Ripley became a star, while Dominic was drawing nuclear heat. The faction went from just another group to a legitimate main event threat, and that's thanks to Triple H's patience with his long-term booking. Number 2. Ending the Bloodline story and finishing Cody's story. For years, Roman Reigns felt like his reign would never end. but all stories must end, and Triple H finally pulled the trigger at WrestleMania 40 with Cody Rhodes. The decision to actually finish the story proves that WWE understands when it's time to pass the torch. Cody Rhodes walked out of WrestleMania as champion, and in the long run, it was the right call. It was a satisfying conclusion to one of WWE's most dominant title runs in decades. And at number 1, the Bloodline storyline. Let's give credit where credit is due. The Bloodline was one of the most over storylines ever in WWE history. While it started under Vince, Triple H took it to another level, adding depth, layers, and drama that kept fans invested for years. From Sami Zayn's involvement to Jey Uso's emotional exit, every moment mattered. The Bloodline saga was a masterclass in storytelling, and for that alone, Triple H, Paul Heyman, Roman Reigns, and everyone involved deserves credit. So there you have it. The top 10 things Triple H has actually done right in WWE, but don't worry, we're not letting him get off the hook just yet. There's been a lot of good, but there's also plenty to criticize, and in one of our upcoming videos, we'll break down where the game has dropped the ball. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll be back in the future to bring you another Top 10 video.